Hey folks, we're here going to show you how to beat a New York City parking ticket. Okay, this video is going to be on the air for the next 30 days. Today is November the 17th. And on December the 17th, it's going to come down and you'll have to purchase the ebook available on Amazon for your convenience. Anyway, let's get right into this. Okay, this is a New York City parking ticket. And what's going on here is I'm going to run through all the different boxes that must be checked off in order for the ticket to hold up in court or even, a hearing by mail. You can go in person, you can send it in the mail. Either way, these defenses will get you off of the ticket and not have to pay for it, okay? So pay attention. The top three boxes, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it says permit displayed, permit number, and the type. Most people don't walk around with a parking permit. If you do, you probably already know how to fight this ticket, and you shouldn't have gotten a ticket in the first place. Okay, you have the plate number. Okay, the plate number has to match your plate number, or the ticket that was issued has to match the plate number that the ticket was issued to. The expiration date, that's the registration date. That date has to coincide with your registration as well. Okay, the state and the plate type, again, they have to match. That's information usually that they scan right off your registration and goes on the ticket. So there's usually not a mistake with that. But back maybe 8 or 9 years ago, they got these readers, these barcode machines. The tickets agent walk around with them, and they scan your registration. It's synced in with the system at the DMV, and that information is usually going to be correct. However, if someone writes you a ticket manually, meaning they use a pen and they fill it out, and if any of that information is incorrect, that's a defect in the ticket, and we're going to talk about how to write a letter and get that dismissed. Okay, the next thing is your make. That has to be the correct make of your vehicle. The color doesn't really matter. You can have a white car and they put black, and you'll still be held. Color is not a reason for dismissing the ticket. However, the year and the body type, okay, right here, the year and the body type, that needs to match your registration. They also put the VIN number now, but you don't have to. Okay, the next thing is that in the violation of section law, that needs to describe clearly no standing bus stop, and that's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week type of no standing zone. So you can't park in front of a bus stop at any point in time. You can't stop there. You can't, Then it has to have the place of occurrence. It's going to be either opposite or front of. That's very important. If it doesn't have the words opposite or in front of, that's a defect in the ticket. Also, if you're given a ticket and the violation is consistent with something in front of an address and it says opposite, you can submit that as a defect in the summons and get that dismissed as well. All right, then you have the codes. You can typically get the codes. I provide the codes, but you can also reference them on the internet, and I'll have to make another video about that because that's a bit of a stretch. The county and the precinct have to be filled in, and they also have to indicate the right borough and precinct. Queens County, Kings County is Brooklyn, Manhattan is New York County, Staten Island is Richmond County, and Bronx is Bronx County. So wherever you get the ticket, that information needs to be on there. And of course, the date and time have to be correct. A lot of times the times would affect an alternate side parking ticket, and so that has to match up with, of course, within the hours. 8 or 9:30, 10, 11:30, 11:30 to 1. So that has to match up there where the time is for the alternate side parking. On the bottom, the agency, command, and tax registry all have to be filled in. Okay, this is from the traffic department. This is his badge number and the command. Okay, all these things have to be in. And lastly, folks, the signature block. You see that signature? If that signature is on there, that's another reason for the defect. And you can also fight the ticket if that's not on there. Okay, on the back you have all the instructions that you need, as far as mailing the ticket or showing up at one of the sites. to have a hearing in person, or you can choose to use a hearing by mail, which is typically what I do, although I use certified registered mail in order to ensure that it gets processed. I've had tickets sent in, had no response, no communication. Ticket went into judgment and had all sorts of issues. So you want to get that in the mail. You want to use a certified, registered classification with the post office to get that sent off with your letter. Okay, when I refer to a defect in any of the areas on any of these tickets that I just went through, what you do is write a letter. You put your name, address, on the top. You address it to, it's right here, New York City Department of Finance, hearing by mail unit, Post Office Box 29021, Brooklyn, New York, blah, blah, blah. So you got to fill that in. You get an envelope, you put a stamp, go to the post office, drop it in. Okay, so what you're going to do is, if you have any defects on any of the areas that I mentioned, what you'll have to do is you have to write a letter, and you just want to put the subject line as the violation number. In this case, it'll be 745-077-785-0, and that number can be found right there by the barcode over here. Okay, and then, if any of these boxes are not filled in correctly, just refer to the box and say the ticket, is defective and I'm requesting a dismissal, and you should get a positive outcome in the mail. Now, obviously, I'm running through this. This video is going to be up for the next 30 days. You're going to be able to, use this as a reference for the next 30 days, absolutely free, at which point, there's going to be an ebook that's available at Amazon. It's going to be available on Kindle or an e-reader on your smartphone, and you'll be able to rock and roll with that and get your tickets dismissed. Even one ticket that you get dismissed will pay for the price of the ebook, which right now, again, is going to be free in this video. And 30 days from today's November 17th, approximately 3 p.m. So on December the 17th, you will only be able to get this information via that medium. All right? Thanks, and have a great day.